Right then, this is a quick walk around video on a bit of a windy day, I'm afraid. This is for a Hyundai i20 1.4 Comfort. Car's covered 93,000 miles. Car we've taken as a part exchange because, as you probably already know, we specialise in Honda and Lexus. But it's a really nice little car. 14 years old, a few miles, so it's not perfect, but for the age I think it's done it very well. Front of the car, the lenses are nice and good. You've got a little bit of lacquer peel on the top of the bumper there. Again, it's only minor, it's certainly keeping with the car. One that's actually very clean. Near side, generally very smooth panels. Can't see any sort of major dents jumping out to me. I think there's a couple on that door there, but again, they are quite small. The only obvious, you've got a bit of a blister just there, which again, if you just rub it down and treat it, it'll be fine. But this is, as I said, the point of the videos. Come around the back, very nice indeed. Going to the off side, driver's side, again, very smooth in the panels, I have to say. It is a really bright little car, I have to say. But overall, apart from a few minor blemishes, taking into account its age, it's really nice. Going to the back of the car now, you've got this red and black interior, which for a car of its age has been kept in really nice condition. Coming to the front, same applies, full set of original mats in the car. As you see, again, in very good condition there. It's coming on the front, door card, again, really nice and clean. Same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat again, very good condition. So inside the car now, engine's running as always the case, so the dash is illuminated, which again has been kept very nicely indeed. Come to the main dash binnacle, hope you can see, 93,469 miles, and there are no warning lights on whilst the engine's running. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Hyundai i20 1.4 Comfort. Car's registered SW60DXE. Mileage at the start of the road test is 93,470 miles. The reason we do these videos, it's actually especially for cars like this, part exchanges that would come in, but we do it on all our cars. The reason being, so that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we're advertising, they get to see that very car in operation. We've been to see lots of cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, but only to get there, unfortunately, find out it's got sort of a fairly obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. So that's why we do it. Also done on these very quiet country roads. It's a lovely part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, and the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, as I've said, it's a car that's coming as a part exchange to us. We don't. It's the first time I've ever driven an i20, I believe. I think I've driven an i10 before. But lots of it's quite familiar. Engine starts instantly, settles for smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge is just under a half, which I believe, according to Google, that's exactly where it's meant to be. So all in fine order there. Engine pulls well. It's actually quite quiet on the move. It sounds sweet on the move as well. So but pulls with kind of a keenness to it. Put your foot down and off it goes. My only criticism, and it's only a mild one, if anything, but it's just wear, is throttle's fine. I think it just could have lubricating. It's a little bit on the stiff side, so it's a little bit hard to modulate. But again, looking at Google, that seems to be common for them. But it's not a fault, far from it. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch of the car is fine. Again, bites exactly the right point. It's nice and smooth in operation, so all fine there. Then manual gearbox is, it feels tight in the gate. All the gears engage really nicely. The actual gear change quality is pretty good as well. I've driven older Hyundais and not particularly like the gearboxes, but this is actually quite nice. But it does feel slick, and I can't imagine it would feel much tighter than that when it was new rather, because all the gears engage so well. Then we come on to the steering and chassis of the car. I have a bit of a pet hate for cars with overlight power steering, and fortunately this one ticks the right boxes. It's got a nice weighting to it. It feels sort of substantial. Cars with overlight steering, I always hate that kind of vagueness that they give, but this, it feels quite meaty, I have to say. Also the steering just feels, again, nice and tight on the road. It doesn't feel like there's any play or anything in there. It exhibits no wobbles or vibrations at any of the higher speeds. Track's nice and straight as well. The suspension itself, aside from the name of the car saying comfort, it is actually comfortable. These aren't sporty cars. They literally are to get you from A to B, comfortably, and they do. The ride comfort's really good, actually, I have to say. But when you do go through the corners, it changes direction nicely. It said it's not going to win awards for being sporty, because that's not its design criteria. But what it does, driving along now, it's a very pleasant place to sit and drive. And again, in terms of the suspension, there's no nasty sort of clonks or rattles coming from it. The whole car feels very, very tight on the road. It will, by the way, be heading off for an independent MOT later this week, so all these things are going to be checked as a matter of course, by the way. Brakes on the car, make sure no one's directly behind me. That's a really good brake pedal on the car. Not going to go mad. But what I'm looking for is that sort of initial bite should be good, but there shouldn't be kind of any pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, and there are none at all, so again, that's good. Coming inside, again, very nice condition in here, I have to say. Dashboard's about as simple and easy to use as you're ever going to find. Jump in, you've got a nice big radio, ventilation system, simple, easy to operate. Gauges very nicely displayed. I do like this style of dash, where it's just symmetrical, it's decent, it's simple, easy to read. White, reds and black colours, very sort of easy and pleasing on the eye as well. So let's swing around here. But yeah, very well put together as well. I can't notice any particular sort of creaks or rattles coming from the car at all. So they bolt them together pretty well for the age, but it has clearly been sort of kept in very, very nice condition in here. Driving position's excellent, very comfortable indeed. I can't fault it driving it. It drives really, really nicely.